Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City for one night stand. NLW 24/7 goes extreme live here tonight from the Mecca of Mayhem. Here we will see the 24/7 title on the line in a Falls Count Anywhere bout. Kazuchika Okada defends against Rey Mysterio. Plus, Stone Cold Steve Austin and Randy Orton's heated rivalry comes to a boiling point tonight in a stretcher match. We've also got a ladder match to determine the BMF champion. Sammy Guevara puts that title on the line against the Daredevil Ricochet. We're also going to see the Human Suplex Machine Taz go one-on-one with Shane McMahon in a submission match. Shane must be out of his mind. And speaking of out of their mind, it's a dog collar match to kick us off tonight. They're already in the ring, ready to battle. It is a match requested by Clarence Morris III. That is why it is opening us up here tonight. They will be chained at the neck. Keith Lee and Bam Bam Bigelow set to collide right now. And now the Hammerstein Ballroom comes unglued for the first match of the evening, as Bam Bam delivers a nasty headbutt. But Keith Lee, and there you see the chain already coming into play here, tangling up the competitors in a suplex. And Keith Lee back on his feet already, but look at Bam Bam using the chain to yank back Keith Lee. Now the strength of Bam Bam, look at this, beeling him across the ring. And the referee, only a 2 count for Bam Bam on Keith that time. Keith Lee, of course, he is limitless. But what limits will he go to in order to stop this from becoming a nightmare for him? He's being choked out by the chain, and now Keith Lee sending Bam Bam into the turnbuckle, and now look out for Lee with the standing moonsault. Keith Lee, though, has to get him back in the ring, and you know what? Doesn't really matter. I mean, they're chained by the neck, so they're not going to be able to escape one another, and that's exactly... Look at this. Wait a minute, though. Keith Lee on the top rope gets taken down by Bam Bam, and I was about to say it's that chain which connects these two men, which means they're not going to be able to take a breather without the other one being a mere 1 or 2 feet away at any one time. And Bam Bam choking out Lee, and look at this, using that chain as a weapon on the spine of Bam Bam. And now the collar, look at this, wrapped around the neck of Keith Lee for the Bulldog from Bam Bam. And a headbutt from Bigelow, and now choking out Keith Lee, using the chain to its full advantage. Look at this now, though. Bam Bam caught up by Keith, but making sure that he gets out of it, and a massive 300-pound German suplex to Keith Lee. And now look at this, Bam Bam wrapping the chain around his foot here. And an enziguri with the chain around the foot. Could have knocked out Keith Lee. Ref gets 2, but only a 2 count because Keith Lee kicks out. And the ref saying it was only 2, but it was close. Man, Bam Bam, what more does he have to do now? Where is he going? He's going to the top, and look at this. Keith Lee busted open from that chain shot as Bam Bam looks for the moonsault, but no one home. And Keith Lee with the spirit bomb. But Bam Bam kicks out. Keith Lee covered in blood now from the boot with the chain on it. But he's wondering, as we all are, how Bam Bam was able to kick out. Look at this. The moonsault would have been over had he hit it, but Keith Lee moved out of the way, and then a massive spirit bomb to the Beast from the East. And now going for the Big Bang Catastrophe, maybe. But wait a minute. A punch with the chain, and look at this. Bam Bam has taken the chain off his neck. And now using the chain off the skull of Keith Lee. Bam Bam gaining an unfair advantage, but I guess there's no disqualifications. The referee now going to attach the chain back to the neck. The damage has already been done. Spiking Keith Lee. But somehow, Keith Lee is up. And he's got a hold of Bam Bam. But Bam Bam floats behind. Now trying to choke out Keith Lee with the chain. And oh my God, not a power bomb from the top rope. No way! No, with the Frankensteiner. A Frankensteiner reversal from Keith Lee. And now lifts the 300-pounder on his shoulders for the Big Bang Catastrophe. Hooking the leg and winning this dog collar match. Good Lord, what power and tenacity from Keith Lee to be able to withstand all of the punishment that was inflicted by Bam Bam throughout this contest. He's not going to leave without a couple of scars, but he is going to leave as the winner. That right there busted him open, and here could have been the end of it for Bam Bam. However, an unfair advantage from Bam Bam nearly spelled disaster for Keith Lee until the powerbomb was turned into a Frankensteiner and then the Big Bang Catastrophe. And Keith Lee making sure he leaves as the winner of this dog collar match. Bam Bam Bigelow, a tough-as-nails competitor, but Keith Lee just that bit tougher here tonight at One Night Stand. And the stakes couldn't be higher in our next matchup. It's a ladder match for the BMF Championship. A championship gifted to Sammy Guevara by his friend in the UFC. That means you are the baddest MFer in the business, and, well, Ricochet wants to lay claim to it. In this matchup, brought to us by Clarence III, Ricochet wants the championship in a big way and is just about willing to do anything in this ladder match to win it. But look out for the champion himself, Sammy Guevara, getting the jump on Ricochet. And now running off the ramp. And a Farsby flop. Twisting corkscrew moonsault to Ricochet, and, well, Sammy, he was gifted that title, but now has the chance to prove that he is the baddest MFer in NLW 24/7. Ricochet brings in the ladder and runs along it now for the shooting star press. Not only will you win this match by climbing the ladder, grabbing that title and claiming to be the baddest MFer, you will also probably be laying claim to being the biggest daredevil as well, as Sammy sees Ricochet and stops him with the springboard drop kick. Kicking Ricochet off the ladder, and now going to set up that ladder in the corner. Wants for a suplex, but oh my, Ricochet turns it into a Rana, but Sammy lands on his feet, but not for long. Backdropped onto that hard steel ladder. And a German suplex. Ricochet back to his feet. Now going to set up the ladder, ready to climb. He's got a hand on the championship, but Sammy again with the knee. And ramming Ricochet's face into that ladder. I'll tell you what, Sammy Guevara, he's so quick, running right back to the top, but there is Ricochet to meet him, stopping him from grabbing the title. He's thinking of something here. And oh my God! Spanish fly from the top of the ladder. Sammy Guevara wiped out from this. Check it out again. Spanish fly off the top of the ladder. And this crowd in New York is stunned at the moment. Sammy gets kicked in the face. Now bringing in another 20-foot ladder. Ricochet lands on top and uses it as a springboard. Shooting star hits nothing but ladder. And right off the face of Ricochet. Ricocheting off his face. Pun definitely intended, but Now, oh, look at this. Sammy has a hand on the title. But Ricochet, great innovation to knock the ladder away from the title. And now Ricochet climbs. Is he going to grab the championship? Look out for Sammy! Cutter from 20 feet to the canvas below. Sammy with the cutter. Taking out Ricochet and ensuring this match continues. Again, look at the replay. He couldn't have hit it any more perfectly than he did. That is the beauty of watching Sammy Guevara in that ring. He's so precise with his movements. Then again, so's Ricochet is. Oh man, gonna grab that title down now, no. Ricochet back up and pushes the ladder over. Sammy crashes and burns to the outside. And Sammy on the outside. Ricochet though climbing the ladder. I don't think he's going to be able to reach the title from there. But that may not be what he's going for. Oh my God! Ricochet, for the love of God! 630 moonsault! Double rotation! And double the impact! What more will these men do? For pride and ego. And not to mention that BMF championship hanging high above the ring. Arbor, Sammy. GTH, that knee to the face. And now Ricochet on that ladder bridge. Where the hell is Sammy going? He also realises he's too far from the championship here. He's crazy. No way. Jesus Christ! A swanton through the ladder. Somebody needs to get that championship before somebody gets seriously hurt. And that is what is at stake. The swanton off the ladder, through a ladder. And now Sammy, so desperate to climb, he's not even positioned the ladder correctly. You see the championship swinging. Somehow Ricochet has pulled himself back to his feet, but you can see Sammy is fingertips away. And he sees Ricochet's coming after him. Sammy, one fingertip away here. But Ricochet dives at the championship and grabs it. Have you ever seen anything like it? And Ricochet is the new BMF champion. Sammy cannot believe it. But it was one leap of faith that secured the bag for Ricochet here tonight. Well, they both put it all on the line. It seemed like we were getting a replay every 20 seconds. That's how much insane action was on display here. Perhaps the most insane match ever witnessed here in the Hammerstein Ballroom. And right there, that one leap of faith, Ricochet diving and grabbing the championship down for himself. And Ricochet getting the win here tonight at One Night Stand. Sammy is a bad MFer, but Ricochet just that much badder here tonight, and he's the new BMF champion. And man, oh man, I mean, we're going to have to catch our breaths, folks, but the submission match is up next. Shane O'Mac challenged Taz here tonight, and we're about to see it. And wait a minute, that's not Shane or Taz's music. That's Cult of Personality blaring over the sound layers, and it's CM Punk. CM Punk coming off of that Iron Man loss 2 weeks ago at All Out in his hometown of Chicago. And now it looks like he may be about to address the fans about it. What's he got to say about his loss at All Out here? CM Punk not getting a word in. Oh, did they really? Did the McMahons really make New York famous? Or was it this man? It's the hardcore legend from right here. It's Mick Foley. And in one of the homes of Extreme, Foley is here to interrupt Shane McMahon ahead of McMahon's match against Taz. But what has Mick got to say? CM Punk just blasted Mick Foley in the face with that microphone. What the hell's this? What's gotten into CM Punk? And now Punk assaulting Mick Foley. He's a legend, for God's sake. And now setting up Shane McMahon for the coast to coast. But the mood is about to change. Where is he? Oh, there he is! It's the human suplex machine Taz! Meanwhile, CM Punk continuing to assault Mick Foley on the outside in a shocking turn of events, but we're supposed to have a submission match right now, and Shane doesn't want to start it. The match is underway, and look at this! The Taz submission, the cutter, Hajime locked in! And Shane has to tap out immediately. And Taz winning this matchup. You don't get paid by the hour, folks. And he just secured an easy win. Well, Shane McMahon was being the tough guy 2 weeks ago at All Out, saying that his loss at Backlash was a fluke. Well, tonight you had a chance to prove people wrong, and all you proved was that you were, well, I can't say it on the air, but let's just say it's not because of his cat-like reflexes that I was going to call him what I was going to call him, but nevertheless, Taz walks into New York and walks out your winner, shutting up Shane McMahon. But man, what a turn of events with Punk and Foley, and I'll tell you what, again, from one legend to another, Stone Cold Steve Austin steps in there with the Legend Killer in a matchup stemming from what happened 1 month ago at Backlash. After Stone Cold had beaten Shane McMahon in the middle of the ring, Randy Orton assaulted the Texas Rattlesnake backstage. And now, thanks to both Remy Montoya and John on Patreon, we have a stretcher match for you here tonight. That very stretcher was what Stone Cold was wheeled out on 4 weeks ago at Backlash. And 2 weeks ago at All Out, Randy Orton made the challenge for this match tonight. Here tonight in New York City at One Night Stand, Randy Orton wants to kill another legend. And here comes the Bionic Rattlesnake, the redneck from Austin, Texas, coming to the ring looking for vengeance. This crowd in New York knows what's up. Stone Cold Steve Austin wants revenge, and he wants it right now. He does not want to wait. Ripping off that vest. One more ride for Austin. Here against Randy Orton, and the match is underway. The only way to win is to put your opponent on the stretcher and wheel it across the finish line up the ramp. And this matchup getting off to a frantic pace here. Stone Cold running at him, but gets caught with a power slam. And Randy Orton kicking Austin in the gut. And again, this rivalry has really heated up since Backlash, and now they're both in the same arena at the same time for the first time since that night in California, where we could have seen Orton end Austin's career with that punt kick to the face. And now Austin unleashing all that pent-up aggression and diving at Orton as they go into the crowd area here. But he knows he's got to put Orton on that stretcher and wheel it up this ramp here. Oh, Randy Orton with a steel chair right to the side of the head. Austin knocked down momentarily. And now, oh my God. Not the RKO on that open chair. Good Lord, what sickening impact. And Randy Orton reveling in the sadism that he's inflicting on Stone Cold right here. And this is what he has to do. Incapacitate your opponent to the point where they can't get up off that stretcher. And meanwhile, Austin has a little bit of fight left in him, flipping that stretcher back in the face of Orton. And now Orton. Oh, look at this desperation, raking the eyes, and now back suplex onto the stretcher. And that is solid steel there, folks. It's designed to make people secure. It's not going to give you anything in the way of comfort. Oh my God, Randy Orton wants to punt him in the skull. But Austin, with the Fez press, comes right back at Orton, and the Legend Killer now on the back foot. And Austin firing on all cylinders. Randy Orton runs at him, but backdropped over the top rope onto the stretcher. And now Austin. They see the referee wheel him up the ramp and across the finish line, but Randy Orton sneaks over and delivers a low blow as well. And now driving that stretcher in the face. The steel hitting the orbital bone of Stone Cold, and now what is going through the mind of Randy Orton? I shudder to think. He's going to the top rope and... oh my God. Oh my God! Suplex off the top rope onto the stretcher below. Could have broken the back of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's well documented the spinal problems he's had, and well, I can just let the footage speak for itself. That was a brutal landing. Austin may be knocked out. And you gotta wheel up his body weight up the ramp, and Austin slides off. Perhaps unwittingly. And again, trying to get him back on the stretcher, but Stone Cold stops him. Now he's on the stretcher again, and lifting it! And drives him into the ring post and the stairs. That stretcher being used as an effective tool of weaponry here. Austin wants to put it away. Stone Cold Stunner. Coming. No. All with the RKO. But pushed away. Punch blocked. Now we'll go for the RKO, but Orton had it. Almost had it, but Austin had it scouted. And now Austin wants to throw him on that stretcher, maybe no! RKO! Off the apron onto the stretcher. Damn it, what an impact, and it's over, surely. If Orton has enough strength left in him to wheel it up the ramp, it's over, and it's about to be, but hold on a minute. I think the stretcher's stuck. Yeah, it is. One of those wheels of the stretcher is stuck. You can see Orton trying to get it reconfigured, and I think he's done it. Oh, but that cost him! The stunner! And Orton's wheeled across the finish line, and this one's over. Here is your winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Will a change of pace from Backlash when it was Austin who was wheeled out of the arena on a stretcher? Tonight, it's going to be Orton. But my God, the lengths these two men went to inflict punishment on each other. Orton had a mission to end Austin's career here tonight, and he nearly did so on several occasions, including that RKO. But the wheel got stuck at the last moment, and Austin took advantage, stunning Randy Orton, who fell on that stretcher and across the finish line, and gonna celebrate with a couple of Steve Wises here. Stone Cold Steve Austin ensures that his legend continues and picks up the win in this stretcher match. What a night of extreme action it's been already, but we are moments away from our main event. The 24/7 title's on the line. Falls count anywhere. Okada defends against Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio found out that he was going to be in this matchup when his name was pulled out of a hat at random. And cringe God thank you, because it's almost like fate. After all, Rey Mysterio, he made his name in places like this, extreme buildings like this if you will, and now in a Falls Count Anywhere match has the opportunity for the first time in his career to become NLW 24/7 champion. And could tonight be Rey Mysterio's night? Only time will tell, but here comes the Rainmaker, the champion. He's loved, he's hated, but above all else, he is at this moment in time the best in the world. A victory 2 weeks ago at All Out in that 30-minute Iron Man match against CM Punk means that Okada walks in tonight as the 24/7 champion, being accompanied to the ring by his goons in Suzuki-gun, Minoru Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr., allowing Okada to soak in the limelight and go into the backstage. And look at this, he looks like money, he smells like money. The Rainmaker though, is he gonna take Rey Mysterio too lightly here tonight? That is the question on everybody's mind. Rey Mysterio, he comes into this, the underdog. Will he walk away as champion? Our main event underway. Remember, no DQ, Falls Count Anywhere in all 24/7 title matches. Rey Mysterio floats over, and again, the Hurricane Rana. Okada on the outside. But remember, Falls Count Anywhere. Rey Mysterio over the top with the seated senton. And as you said, Falls Count Anywhere. And a kick out from Kazuchika Okada. Well, as I said, I seem to be talking to myself, and maybe Okada talking to himself, wondering what he has to do. Stops the onslaught of Rey Mysterio, backing him to the crowd. Over the barricade, and now Okada runs at him with a running crossbody over the barricade and a kick out from Rey. And Okada, it's been a while since we've seen him in this environment. He won the title in an elevator, for goodness sake, so he's used to these kinds of chaotic matches where anything goes. And now setting up a table, but Okada, I think, he's surprised. He's trying to catch his breath, but Rey not letting him get a breather. Look at this! Diving into the crowd. I mean, that crowd dive, reminiscent of Woodstock. But could it be like 99 and be a disaster for Okada? What the hell? Oh my God! Rey Mysterio from the balcony in the Hammerstein with the moonsault. He ran up those stairs, folks. I didn't even see him. One guy in the back even covering his head in his hands to... Well, he was just in shock, as we all were. And look at Okada. Can barely stand. And Rana, but no. Okada catches him. And a buckle bomb from Okada. Brutal. And that one moment may be the opening for Okada. The drop kick is always a precursor to this. The Rainmaker. Rey Mysterio elbows his way free. I'm going for a wheelbarrow. Bulldog maybe. No! High angle German suplex. In for the cover. High bridge, but a kick out from Rey. And man, just like that, Okada turns it around in his favour. That is why he's been the champion for so long. And a chair shot to the skull. And again to the spine. Taking advantage of no disqualification. Oh no, not an electric chair drop on the chair. Oh, but Rey turns it on the Canadian Destroyer. The Destroyer on the chair. And just like that, Rey Mysterio has found his opening. Okada is dazed, he's confused, and now he is in position for the 619. Dial up and we could have a new champion. But Okada has it scouted and delivers a big boot. Now picks him up. Rainmaker perhaps coming now. Spins him over. Clothesline, no! Tilt World DDT. And Okada on the outside, trying to crawl to safety, but in a Falls Count Anywhere match, there is no room for safety. Rey Mysterio running. West Coast pop through the table. But Okada kicks out. At the last moment, Okada kicking out of the West Coast pop through the table. But man, he is in a bad way as Okada. Look at this. Rey Mysterio. Seated senton, West Coast pop. Crashing through the wood. Now he's got that chair and rams it into the face. And here he comes, dials it up. 619. But he needs to capitalise, and he does. Diving at him, but no. Okada catches him with the spinning tombstone. And just like that, it could be over. Rey wrung out. And a brutal Rainmaker. And it's over. He has done it. Once again, another challenger vanquished by Kazuchika Okada. And it was the Rainmaker that did it here tonight. I will give all the credit in the world to Rey Mysterio. He put up one hell of a fight, and that was insane in itself. And the Destroyer as well. And every time he hit the Rainmaker or tried to, there was a counter from Rey. The 619, he almost had it, but right here was the end for Rey Mysterio. The spinning tombstone, and then this Rainmaker sealed his fate as Kazuchika Okada retains the 24/7 championship. And as Rey sits there and Suzuki-gun have Okada's back, I just wonder who is left. Well, maybe we've got our answer. And it's none other than Mr. Money in the Bank, Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero. And he has a golden opportunity for that championship. And Okada better be prepared. And NLW 24/7 will return in a month's time for the King of the Ring.